going to warn you at the start when it failed, because you don't want to watch a massive video to see it fixed and it doesn't. It's dead. So I fucked up the chip. I took a picture and you can see where the little traces have come off. It was so hard to get that chip off actually this time round. Last one I did just come off, and this one just wouldn't come off for the life of it. But we found out what we can heat gun for chips. It does rework from yellow light of death, but trying to fix the chips from the loud fan and the overheating problem, you're going to have to remove the heat sinks, and removing the heat sinks is almost impossible without damaging the chip. And this bit's at the start and at this like the end as well. So if you don't want to watch the video from here on, don't bother, but there is some tips in it. Okay, and thanks for watching this bit, and thanks for watching the whole video if you decide to. Right, goodbye for now, and see you again on the next one, or enjoy the video and continue watching until the end, and see this bit again. Okay, what have we got today? Well, today we have another PlayStation 3. This one is another yellow light of death. Let's just get that out of there. But again, it's very nice. It's a 60 gig one. This one I paid £10 for with postage, so a little under £20 to get it delivered. But a tenner for the machine, because it would cost you more to go and pick it up, I suppose. The petrol prices were so high now. Anyway, what we're going to do is have a look at this one now. Unfortunately, the seal is off this one, but this is in. What are you doing down there? She's playing up. It's 1 o'clock in the morning again. You're not going out. Anyway, she don't just come in. Well, you don't need to know that. Anyway, so what we're going to do is open it up, have a look at it. It's definitely got yellow light of death. It just comes on, beeps, goes straight back off. Little yellow light flashes for a second. What I'm going to try on this one though is get it working to a degree first by doing the heat trick on it. And after that, if it does work, then I'm going to cut the heat sinks off. So this is my third and last attempt on PlayStation 3 60 gig to get one 100% working. Okay, join me again in a few minutes, which will be a few days time for me. Bye for now. Okay, so let's start this. It's been a couple of days. Well, actually it's been a day and a half. We'll get the tag out first. Yeah, that gives it a turn. Let's see what it is. Trox T8, as you could see in the next picture. So that's a good one. And then all you do is slide the cover towards you. You get hold of it, there you go, slide the cover towards you. And the cover comes off and you'll see what the cover is see-through. So it gives it its nice shine. And then let's have a look at this and see if it's been taken apart before. I don't think it has, because they always forget to put this Trox back in. Thinking it's good. I don't think these screws have been out before, because we've got the Virgin Click. Let's see. Put the screwdriver in there. When you go to turn these screws, you should hear a click if they've not been undone ever before. This one. Hear that? And then it's really tight. Okay, this one should do the same. Listen. Hear that? Clicked. Obviously got to take them completely out. Okay, so all the screws are out. There they are. Remember, this one in this side with the S on it is the small screw. That one. Now take the hard drive out. This screw, make sure you get a screwdriver what actually fits the screw, otherwise you'll rip it off. Like it looks like it's already been done. Next thing to do is slide the hard drive out. So just need to put it by the tab and push it that way. And it will come out. What you'll do now is you'll lift it up from here. And 60 gig ones, I don't think any of the PlayStation 3s have got it. But I don't think anything's attached to the front. Lift it up like a book. And when you get here, aha, there is. There's this wire here. So on that one, so you lift the tab up here and take it out. Then you can get rid of the top. This sometimes falls out, and sometimes it don't because it's actually clipped. But sometimes they do fall out, so be careful of that. Right, so the next bit is to just undo all the screws on the top pin and then lift it all out. Let's do that now. Okay, take note of when you get this to this, the two screws that come out are screws for plastic, and they're slightly different to all the other screws you're going to get out on this stage of opening it. All the others are going to be metal screws. Okay, so that's all the screws out for me, or so I think. They come out from here, here, across the back. Don't think there's any screws holding this in. Got two here to hold this in. The way I do it next is to remove this, and then this lifts up. Let's do that now. Right, just need to get this out. So you unclip it from the little tag here, and then very gently take it out from the top. It gets out. Lift this up this way and open it again like a book, bringing it forward and over, making sure that ribbon cable at the back don't tear, and then flip this up with your finger. And if you're lucky, it won't break off. Once that's flipped over, and then take it off. See that tab? It's got like a little door on it. Push the door down so it doesn't get broken off. Then remove the power thingy, power brick, what's actually attached to the machine. And that's out, and then lift up. It will be stuck for a bit. Off quite easily. And then at the back, just release the power cable. I should have done this first actually. And take this off. So it's all nice and modular. Don't have to worry too much about it. Right. Now what I like to do is put all the screws from the very top and the next level in a little bag and mark it top. Because the next section is for motherboard, and the screws all around the edges again, which you have to take every single one of those out. And when you've got to the clamps, make sure you've got a screwdriver that fits nicely in the holes. I know this one does, because you don't want to shred them off when you're doing this. Very last thing to do is remove this. Okay, so you flip that up and you take that out. That was attached to the back, so be careful and take that out as well. Leave this device here then. That's somewhere safe. Okay, this very last bit now is the control panel. Just wiggle the wire out there. And that should come straight off. And remove this tab actually, so it doesn't get broken. This one is like this one, which just flips up. flips back down to lock. And it's out. I'm going to set to work taking all the bottom screws out. Okay, if you want to tidy up a bit, a good tip is to put all the bits back in its case. Okay, so that's all tidied up. Okay, I've just got around to undoing the screws. So all parts off it, and then the whole board will just lift out. Well, there you go. So the next thing to do is remove the back plate, the fans, and take it all apart. One clip here. Yep. Just fell apart. Just like that. Turn the board back over. Fan out. Fan off. Now, have a look at that. Look how dry those are. There's no thermal paste at all, it's completely dry. So what I'm going to do now is going to take the rest of this off, and then I'm going to heat treat those and see if we're going to get just to start. And once it gets to start, we'll turn it off and we'll try and cut the chips off. Next thing to do is take that little battery out, and it's really hard to do because you have to make sure you don't rip the wires out and you don't rip the thing off the board. I actually managed it today without ripping that bloody fitting off the board again. Always doing that. It comes off, it's right pain in the arse to get back on. Okay, once you do that, just pull the top bit off. Opens like a book. Take it to most of the way up. It just comes off. There are absolutely tiny screws. If you don't take them out, you won't be able to lift this bit up. This bit just come off quite easily. Okay, once you found your opening, which is probably better to put your fingers under there and push them out by the USB ports. Once it's up and off, just take it off. Right, the isopropyl will completely clear that off there. Okay, so we've got the board in there over the cooker. Got it on a piece of old wood so it doesn't burn through. Got it as flush as possible, which is no clean flux, and I've got my pet so I can put it under the chip. That's about all you're going to need. And put it on the board. Run down and underneath. And then tip it around a little bit. Right, now I'm going to cut the sound for this bit because it becomes horrible on camera. I'm going to set the temperature to about 400 degrees. 350 degrees, something like that. Right, now the gun's prepared, I'll go for it. Start by heating the board up uniformly. You don't want cold sections on the board, but you don't want really hot sections either. And if this is hot, you won't be able to touch it like this. Right, once the board's starting to heat up nicely, then start putting the heat on the chips. I don't know if you'll start smelling weird stuff coming out. Okay, we've got the chips cooled down now. They've gone cold. I'm going to clean the top off there and put it back together and see if it will boot. But we're not putting any screws in. Okay, what I'm going to do is clean these off and put a little dab of new heat paste on and put it all back together. Okay, cleaned it off and put a little tiny blob of paste on there, as you can see. The paste I'm talking about is this Arctic Silver. Okay, let's put this together. One thing you have to remember to put on it is the earthing button, the earthing pin. Make sure you screw that in. Right, now we have the minimum setup. Power's in, everything's in, all the cables are in. And no screws in it except for the screws for the heat sinks. Let's go and test it. So we've got it all plugged in, got it up to the TV. Let's turn it on. Don't like the snappy sound. There you go. From yellow light of death to working. Okay, one more time. Green light. Graphics look okay as well, so that's good. But you can hear it speeding up. Turn it off quick. Turn it off quick. I heard it speed up real bad. That's because the heat paste is off. Let's see if it comes back on. It didn't go yellow light yet. Coming on fast. Shouldn't really turn it off, but it's not going to hurt it because it's not got the hard drive in. Okay, so you can see the problem with that, it's really speeding up. So we cut the chips off and see if we can't make it work better. Okay, what I do is put it in like this. So the board is protected by the little spatula thing. What I'm going to do is push down on that and pry it off. Okay, as you can see, I've clipped the corner of this memory chip. Stretch the chip here, not too badly deeply, or hopefully it'll work. And you can see that glue around the edge there. That's what you're trying to fight. and trying to get this chip off, and it's ridiculously hard to remove. And yet, when you get it open, it comes off with just a scratch. Look, takes a piss. It does. If anybody knows what will dissolve that glue, or if anybody can find out what will dissolve the glue, would be really handy. Because I haven't found nothing what really works. Okay, I'm back. More light now, so you can see those two are blue, and that one over there is silver, which is what they all should look like. Now what I'm going to do is heat paste them with some Arctic thermal paste and put it all back together, and we'll see if it works. Okay, I've heat sealed the chips now, heat pasted them, done the same to the fan. It's not so good, but that should spread out with the pressure. So let's put it back together. Right, it's back together. Now wish me luck. The proof is in the testing. So hopefully it works. That chip I fucked up real bad. But we'll see. 2 minutes, try and move TV. Okay, so it's plugged in. Just in my own TV. No signal at the minute. There it is. Power on. Red lights come up. Oh. Red light of death. That means the chip's fucked. Oh well, it didn't survive a scratched chip and it's dead. It's the only thing it could be. Well, that's a chance to take. That's £10 wasted. It's a real shame. But what can you do? I think that's just the chip is scratched and it's not going to work. Not at all. Oh well, what can you do? Well, unfortunately, that's all there is on this, and it's dead. So I fucked up the chip. I took a picture, and you can see where the little traces have come off. It was so hard to get that chip off, actually, this time round. Last one I did just come off, and this one just wouldn't come off for the life of it. So, I've got one more coming. Hopefully I can get a 60 gig one working fine and be 100% working. But this one is for spares only, because I don't think it could be repaired now. Unless someone's got a chip which I can desolder and resolder, but that's beyond me. And that's it. Okay, join us again on the next one. Thanks for watching this. Sorry it failed. I'm going to warn you at the start when it failed, because you don't want to watch a massive video to see it fixed and it doesn't. But we found out what we can heat gun for chips. It does rework from yellow light of death, but trying to fix the chips from the loud fan and the overheating problem, you're going to have to remove the heat sinks, and removing the heat sinks is almost impossible without damaging the chip. So hopefully the next one's going to work. Probably won't be a film of it. And this bit's at the start and at this like the end as well. So if you don't want to watch the video from here on, don't bother. but there is some tips in it. Okay, and thanks for watching this bit, and thanks for watching the whole video if you decide to. Right, goodbye for now, and see you again on the next one, or enjoy the video and continue watching until the end, and see this bit again.